Right then, I think we're just about ready. Sorry about the delay there, folks. Just needed to make sure everything was set up right. Anyway, greetings YouTube, ydda123 here, and tonight I decided I'd give it a go at doing a Final Fantasy VII live stream. So I recently did a guide for this game, well, some months ago now. Although, having said that, I might redo it, and then again I might not, because at the time I was using an awful microphone. So at some parts of the guide, you'd struggle to hear me. But for now, I just thought I'd give this live stream a go, see how we get on, see how many views I can pull in. My last live stream that I did was, well, actually there was two that I did. There was I started Kingdom Hearts 3, but I just wasn't getting any views on that, and I just wasn't feeling it either, so I chose to discontinue it for the time being. And the other one that I was doing was Dark Souls 1, which turned out to be a complete flop. I did a good 5 or 6 live streams with 0 views, so I sort of took the measure of that and decided that there was no point in continuing it if there wasn't anyone watching, and there was no point in me continuing and just talking to myself. But it is what it is. So also at the moment I have got my Final Fantasy 12 guide that I am currently doing, and oh, hello, we've got our first view. Hello, whoever you are. So as I was just saying, I'm going to be starting a brand new live stream tonight for Final Fantasy VII, which I'm now going to get on into, actually, thinking away. Yes, we know about the controls, we don't need to know anything about that. I'll just cut this volume down a little bit. So yeah, as I was saying, I am currently working on Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age, on the PS4. I'll have my next load of episodes for that sorted over the next couple of days, hopefully, all being well. When I also get my hands on the right equipment, I'm going to rehook my PS3 back up, and I'm going to redo my guide for Final Fantasy VIII, because my first guide that I did, it went very pear-shaped. I had bits missing from it. Actually, speaking of which, the second part of the last video that I did for 12, I lost a part of that under the latest video that I put up saying about it, but I'll just bring it up now. Basically, my recording equipment failed, or something went wrong with it, and I lost half the episode, so I do apologise for that, guys and girls. I mean, it is what it is. It's just one of those things, but I can assure you that further mistakes will be avoided, hopefully. I'll start setting up backup saves to try and counter that problem, just in case. But yeah, as I was saying, so Final Fantasy VIII I'm going to redo because it went horribly wrong. I missed a lot of stuff out. To be honest, it was the very first guide that I actually did, and it was more of a test run than anything. But yeah, so yeah, that concludes all the briefing. And now on with Final Fantasy VII. Originally released in the 90s on the PS1, which I still have my copy of set in on the bookcase. And of course we have got the legendary Cloud. So at the moment we don't have a great deal of access to anything, so we'll just go with our standard attacks for now. So welcome to my live stream, whoever you are. I'm guessing you're just not bothering to talk right now because there's no comments popping up, but that's good, that's fine. Oh, okay, bye then. Well, hopefully we'll get a few more views crop up eventually, we'll see. In the meantime, we will plod on ahead. So at the moment we are, well, those of you that have already played this game will know where we are. And at the moment we are working for a group called Avalanche. And basically they are a vigilante group, I suppose you could call them. So when I did my guide for this game, I know my last little bit of the guide where I did the ruby weapon and emerald weapon, I think it was more emerald weapon than ruby weapon, it didn't quite go as planned. It went a bit pear-shaped. So I might look at redoing that particular part of the guide as well, perhaps, I'm not sure yet. I'm just sort of exploring my options on how best to sort it out. And I think also on YouTube the playlist's in a bit of a muddle as well, so I'll have a look at trying to tidy that up as well and put everything in the right order. But now that I've got a decent microphone, I'm hoping to try and actually, make my guides a lot better. When I did my first couple of guides, I was an amateur, inexperienced, still learning the ropes. But then I came across Fuzzfinger Gaming, and that sort of gave me the inspiration that I needed to try and sort of improve, I think is probably the better word for it. So in this playthrough that I'm live streaming, I'm not really going to be guiding you guys as such. I'm literally just going to be plodding along, having a bit of fun here, and then if you guys want to sit back and enjoy the show, by all means, pull up a chair, grab yourself a cup of tea, and we can chat as I go along. Or at least that's the plan anyway. On another note, the Kingdom Hearts 3 live stream, I'm not completely against continuing it. I'm just sort of putting it on the shelf for now, I think is probably the best way to say it. It's something that I'm looking at perhaps coming back to later on. I think one of the biggest reasons I chose not to continue is because there was a lot of other people live streaming it and I didn't really want to compete with everybody else. Like, I know a lot of you have been watching Fuzzfinger, which recently I've actually missed out on his live streams because I just haven't been able to get there to watch them some of the time. And then I've the rest of the time I've had other things going on, but I'm not going into detail on that. Okay, getting a few more random encounters kicking in now, which is always good for XP. Of course, I say I have Final Fantasy VII on the shelf, the original version of it. I actually never played the original version of it. I only picked up my copy of it a few years ago. The first version of this game that I actually played was this version on the PS4. And I've got to say, I really wish that I had played the original version a bit sooner. I mean, when it first came out, I was only... let's see, it came out in 1997, I believe it was, so I'd have been only 7 years old at that point. So I wouldn't have been old enough to play it, unfortunately. Which does suck a wee bit. But, you know, there we go, it is what it is. But from playing it on the PS4 and from following Fuzzfinger Gaming Guide that he did, Fuzzfinger's guide that he did on it, I found it to be a spectacular game, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. One of the reasons why I did my guide in the first place, to be honest. I mean, I'll admit that some of the guide that I did, I'll admit some of the knowledge for it did come from Fuzzfinger, I'm not going to lie. But the majority of it I learnt on my own. But like the enemy skills and getting the gold chocobo, that all came from Fuzzfinger Gaming. Because my knowledge was slightly incomplete at that point. Hello to my newest viewer, welcome to my live stream of Final Fantasy VII. It's good to have you on board tonight. Hope you're having a fine evening or day, wherever you are. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. So I know you've only just joined me. We're just working our way through the very first reactor. And we get our first restore materia, which is a very useful materia. And of course we have our first boss fight coming up in just a moment. Oh. Well, hello, Tyler Scott. It is a pleasure to meet you. Well, I say meet you, to talk to you. I hope you're well. Alright then. Maybe I should have done a little bit of level grinding before I started this fight. This could take a while. Although having said that, we have now got Barrett's limit break available to us, so perhaps we'll give that a whirl, see how it goes. Well, that helped a little bit, I suppose. Oh, I'm not too bad, Tyler Scott. Sorry, I am trying to pay attention to your message, but I'm also trying not to die here. Oh, damn. Yeah, I'm not too bad. I've got a bit of a sore shoulder. I think I pulled a muscle at work last night, but hey ho. What can you do? Wow. Ah! I did not realise I had access to that. Let's give that a try. See if that does any better. Okay, so ice does roughly around about the same amount. So perhaps we'll try the bolt spell in a moment, see if that does any better. I've just realised I've got access to Cloud's Limit Break as well, perhaps we'll give that a try as well. So the bolt did a little bit better. There we go. Gotta say, that thing didn't have hit us like a truck. Don't attack, defend. Yeah, you are right with that statement. I should have defended a bit more rather than attacking for those evenings. Oops. Oh, we've been back attacked. See, my problem is I've been recently playing Final Fantasy X, so I've been used to the turn-based attacks. Now I've come onto this one and it's not turn-based. So it's thrown me off a wee bit. Lightning? Oh, what, on these blue guys you mean? I'll give it a try. See what happens. Wow. Not bad. Wow. Thanks for the advice, Tyra. That worked really well. Nice one, mate. I shall have to remember that. Tell you what, I'm going to save the game a second before I end up dying. Oh, crikey. I don't particularly want to save over any of these. Oh, sod it, I'll create a new save. Where's that? Oh, there it is. I was going to say, where's my level 99 gone? Took ages to build that. Mind you, the first time round I got my characters up to about level 80s, I think it was, and I accidentally saved over it. When the tail's up. Oh, yes, yes. Ooh. Excuse me, choking on my own saliva now. Yes, when the tail's up, yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I'm going to put that boss fight down to a dumbass moment, Tyler. I did know about the tail up thing. I just... Actually, I was having a spastic moment. But thank you for reminding me. I really do appreciate that. Oh, come on. There we go. We really need to try and get through these enemies quickly now because we have got the timer against us a wee bit here. So I think we're going to take Tyler's advice here and start using that lightning spell a bit more. Oh. Goodbye, Tyler. Well, thank you for viewing my stream, only brief. Well, so far this Final Fantasy VII stream has been quite successful. Had a couple of viewers already, so it's going quite well. Oh yes, I almost forgot. There's a chest just in here. You can get it either on your way in or on your way out, doesn't matter which. Yeah, I found your channel through Fuzzfinger Gaming. He recommended it. I checked it out. And oh, thank you very much. Yeah, if I'm honest, Fuzzfinger was my is my inspiration. He's the reason I am still doing my channel. I've been following him for quite some time now. In fact, it was this game where I found him. I was plodding along just outside of Midgard trying to work out where the hell I was supposed to be going next. I got myself completely and utterly lost, and in the end I thought, you know what, I've had enough of this. So I pulled up YouTube and that's when I came across him, and from that point on I literally followed him through the entire game and gained so much knowledge on the game. And that's when I thought I'll give it a go at making my own guide for it. So I've got a lot to thank him for, if I'm honest. And I shall continue to support him for as long as I can. I mean, I realise I'm only a small channel at the moment, so I am, you know, trying to build up. Come on, Jesse, while we're still young. We want to get out of here, we don't want to blow up. Come on. Yeah, getting positive feedback from people like you, Tyler, is really appreciated, and it makes it all worthwhile. So what's that? One reactor down and about, ooh, is it 7 to go? Or is it? No, I think it's more than that actually. I can't remember how many we. Although we only get to visit 1 or 2 of them, I believe. So, which of my content was it that actually caught your attention, Tyler? Out of curiosity. That is Aries, or Aerith, depending on where you're from. Yeah, why not? We'll buy some of their flowers. To be honest, Ares was always one of my favourite characters. Did you barret the assault gun? Assault gun? Oh, I can't access it from here. Oh yeah, I've got the assault gun, I just haven't given it to him yet. I'll give it to him in a bit. I should have equipped him with that earlier actually, thinking about it. I completely forgot that I pulled it. I think I pulled it from the boss fight, if I'm not mistaken. Let's not fight the soldiers. Later, soldiers! I'm still here. Might be getting a touch of lag my end then possibly, I'm not sure. It did show up on my thing that you'd left the the viewing for a moment. I don't know, perhaps it was just a glitch or something. Tell you what, let me pull up my live stream on my laptop a second just to make sure that it is actually working alright here, because obviously if I'm doing a live stream I want it to be working perfectly. Might get a touch of echo in a second from my laptop. Yeah, no, it seems to be working alright. Might get a touch of echo in a second from my laptop. Yeah, it's working still, it's fine. Well, my laptop says the live stream's working fine, so it's all good. Come on, Cloud, you going to go through or what? There we go. Got myself stuck on something now. I don't quite know what happened. Right then, so we need to talk to, is it Jesse, is it? No, not Jesse, it's the other one I want. Oh, go away. I'm not trying to talk to you. There we go. I think when I do my next live stream of this game, I might put in a bit more dialogue commentary. I won't voice act it as such, I'll just sort of read out what they're saying. But at the moment I've got a bit of a sore throat, and the fact that I've got a very nasty ulcer sat down there, so it's making it quite painful to talk. But I can just about manage spectating as I go along. Of course, that's another reason why some of my Final Fantasy 12 videos were delayed, because it hurt too much to actually speak. And of course, in order to do a guide, you need to be able to actually put commentary in, otherwise it doesn't work very well. Oh, we're back to 0 views again by the looks of it. Wow, I've been going for 34 minutes already. That's ridiculous. So what was your favourite Final Fantasy game? It was 10 for me. I think, oh, that's a bit of a tough one, because I started off with Final Fantasy VIII, and up until recently Final Fantasy VIII was always my all-time favourite. However, Final Fantasy 12 is really starting to grow on me, so it's... You know what, I think the way I'll say it is Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy 12 are joint first at the moment. It's just too hard to choose between the two. But I mean, yeah, Final Fantasy X is a very good game too. I can see why you'd find that one to be your favourite. I mean, the storyline is awesome. The graphics are beautiful now that they've redone it. Especially the Moonflow scenes as well. I think in Final Fantasy X my favourite character was always Auron, because he was always being a troublemaker. But also he was quite the badass as well, wielding such a heavy sword with one arm. I actually need to go back to Final Fantasy X at some point. I'm still yet to finish off my sphere grids. I've completed Yuna's, Tidus's and Wakka's so far, and I'm not far off completing Lulu's either. But the sphere grid is so big, it just takes so long to fill up all the different spheres. Oh, did you? Oh, well, I'm glad my guide helped. I mean, again, that was another one that was really inspired by Fuzzfinger, because he's got a guide for Final Fantasy. Where did that come from? Kingdom Hearts. And I followed him through to sort of gain a bit more knowledge on the game. Then I decided to sort of give it a go myself. But I mean, yeah, I'm really glad that that's helped you out. That means a lot to me, because it means that I've actually done something useful, and it's made it a lot more worthwhile. So thank you very much, Tyler. I mean, is there any other games that you're struggling with that I might be able to help you with? Because I mean, I've got numerous other games that I play that I haven't actually done guides for as of yet. But if there's games that you're needing help with, then that will inspire me to actually, you know, sort out doing a guide for that particular game. Right, so that shop won't be open to us just yet. We have to go and do all of this dialogue first. Oh, I didn't have any thought about it. So we're now introduced to Tifa. Give it to Tifa, because why not? Right. Apologies for going quiet for a moment. I was just trying to give my throat a bit of a rest for a second while I get through this dialogue. Alrighty then, let's make our way back out of here. If I remember correctly, we've got a bit of a flashback coming up. Yep, there's the flashback. Ooh. Forgot how much dialogue this game had to it. There's so much of it to get through. I think probably at some point later on down the line I'm probably going to try and live stream Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age as well, but that'll be after I finish the guide for it. See how that goes, because I know Final Fantasy XII is a more popular Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy XII. Ah. You should really get your hands on a copy of 12 and give it a go. It's a really good Final Fantasy. And like I say, I'm already doing a guide for it, so you know, feel free to check that out, and I'm sure it will help you out. I mean, it's not complete yet. I'm only about, well, storyline wise I'm about 3/4 of the way through now, but I've still got a lot of the optional hunt missions to do, and there's a few optional areas as well to deal with. But I would definitely recommend getting it. Or if you prefer Fuzzfinger's guides, then he's got one for Final Fantasy 12 as well. And I hate to go and shove my own viewers away, but what can I say, he is better than me. I know what I could do. I could put the times through. That's alright, Tyler. I'm always happy to help. Like I said, if there's any games that you're struggling with, let me know and I'll see what I can do to try and help out, because I'm always looking for new projects to do. And sometimes I do sort of sit here twiddling my thumbs, not really knowing what projects to go for next. So, like I say, if there's any games that you're struggling with, let me know and I'll certainly take a look at it and see what I can do. Oh, that's better. Now that I've put the 3 times on, I can move a lot better. So of course in the original Final Fantasy VII this ×3 speed was not available. Well, I'm playing Final Fantasy VIII right now as we speak. The junction system is a little difficult to get a hold of for a first timer like me. Oh, so it's your first time playing Final Fantasy VIII? Well, I have got a guide for Final Fantasy VIII up on YouTube, so feel free to check that one out, although I've got to admit, and I know I really shouldn't say this because it's putting my own channel down a little bit, but my Final Fantasy VIII guide, although it should be quite useful to you, I did cock it up in places, and I am looking to redo it. I just need to get myself a decent capture card that's not going to cock up on me like my first one did. But yeah, as soon as I've got the equipment, I am going to do a proper guide for it, so feel free to check that one out. Or actually, I couldn't, could I? Oh, that's inspired me a little. I have Final Fantasy VIII on the laptop, and I do have a Steam account and everything all set up ready for live stream. Ooh, perhaps I could live stream it instead. You know what, Tyler? I think you've just inspired a new project. I think I might look at live streaming Final Fantasy VIII. I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner. That gives me a really good idea. I could alternate it as well. I could do Final Fantasy VII one week, Final Fantasy VIII the next, and rotate it or something like that. I've got plenty of time to do it as well. Anyway, back to Final Fantasy VII for a moment. Let's... So now that we've dealt with all that dialogue, we can access this shop now. And we can get our hands on a nice new fire material, which I've gone and grabbed. And I think we'll also go ahead and grab ourselves a second restore as well. And then finally we'll just... Oops. Oh, actually, yeah, screw it. We'll splash out on a few potions as well, because we did use up a fair few in that reactor. And then before we exit, we're just going to pop in here as well. Because if we head towards the top here somewhere, there's a chest, I believe. There's all materia for a start, which is very useful. Oh, there's the chest. I knew it was there somewhere. Right. Let's move on. Oh, wrong way. So yeah, if it helps, Tyler, what I'll do is I'll start at some point over the next sort of couple of days. I'll start live streaming Final Fantasy VIII in a bid to try and help you out. You'll have to bear with me a little bit though, because it'll be my first time live streaming on my laptop. It's something I've never done before. I'm still getting used to how it all works, but providing it's successful, I hope that it will help you out. Now, Barrett, calm down. There's no need to lose your rag. Now, how much swearing would be involved in this game if they didn't cover it up with those, well, those symbols and crap? And just how bad would the swearing be, I'm wondering. Time is it? Oh, that's right. So I'll probably keep this live stream going for about another half an hour, 3/4 of an hour or so. And then after that, I will be saying goodbye for the time being, because I shall want to go and watch the latest episode of Walking Dead. But I can keep going for a bit longer for now. So it looks like we've got ourselves into a little bit of a situation here. So how far have you got on Final Fantasy VIII then, Tyler? Oh dear, there's a guy that's passed out on the floor there. Oh yeah, and what you said about the junction system as well, I only just spotted that bit in your message. I completely misread that. Yeah, the junction system is a bit of a pig to learn. Gotta admit, it took me a while. But once you get used to it, it's a lot easier to work with. Not very far. Oh, you've just done the fire cavern and got Ifrit. Oh, okay. So you're still at the beginning of disc 1. Oh, that's alright then. Well, like I said, I'll look at trying to do a live stream of Final Fantasy VIII. And in the meantime, if you do get stuck, just check out my guide that I did for it, and I hope that it will be of some sort of use to you. Looks like we've got ourselves some new enemy encounters now. Right. Down the rabbit hole we go. What on earth is that thing? What's some weird enemies in this game? I'm getting myself a wee bit lost here. Oh, the battle music for 7, you mean? And 6, they're not, well, I don't know whether they're going to do a remake of Final Fantasy VIII or not at the moment. If they are, they're keeping very stum about it, but yeah, no, Final Fantasy VII's battle music, I quite like it. I mean, I think my favourite music from this game is probably Sephiroth's theme, if I'm honest. Wait a minute, I'm getting a sense of deja vu here. What's going on? Have I just gone around in a complete circle? It's that one we want, isn't it? Ah, here we go. I'll grab that. Bulk spell is really helping. I made that mistake. Oh, yes, yes. Yeah, these reactors, it's so... well, this particular reactor, it's so easy to get lost and end up going the wrong way. And we have another flashback. Oh, for goodness sake, get up the ladder. Oh, what a place to have a fight, right on top of the pipework. I'm going. Yeah, I'd started to notice that as well. Since you mentioned it, I've started bolting near enough everything. It certainly has helped out a lot. Oh, I've been poisoned. How did that happen? Have we got anything to get rid of that? No, we don't. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, well, we'll just have to try and see if we can... I think unlike some of the Final Fantasies where the status alignments actually stay on your characters, after the battles in this game, I believe the status alignments automatically leave. Whereas Final Fantasy VIII, for instance, If you get hit with some sort of status alignment, it stays on you even after the battle's over. One button. Oh, this bit's a pain in the arse. You have to get the timing just right. No. One, two. Almost had it. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. No, too slow. Oh, this bit's a pain. It's a good thing we're not against the clock. Oh, come on, that should have been perfect. There we go. You have to get the timing so precise on that, it's ridiculous. Oh, yes, good point. Yes, I think perhaps I will put Barrett in the back, actually. If I can remember how to do it. Although, having said that, we're going to be saying goodbye to Barrett very shortly anyway, for the time being. Let's see. So how do I move him back? I can't remember how to move him to the back. It's been a while. Damn. I'm gonna have to look up how to move him to the back a bit more, because I cannot remember how to do it. It's been so long since I've been on this game, I can't remember. It's not in there, is it? I'll have to leave it for now until I figure out how to do it. I'm having a bit of a brain fart at the moment. Now we have got a boss fight coming up, so I will just take this opportunity to save the game. Well, yeah, it's that one. Oh dear. Right, let's just do a quick bit of healing before we go in. I suppose I could have used that tent, couldn't I, actually, thinking about it. Oh well. Right. Yes, and it's here that we get the first glimmer of Sephiroth, so to speak. Well, only by name at least. Okay, so here's our next boss fight. Now I know this thing does like to counter a bit. I cannot for the life of me remember what it counters. So we're just going to go with it and see what happens. I remember it counters whichever one it's is it facing or not facing. So right now Cloud should be able to clobber him without getting countered. And so right now we'll have these pair defend for the time being. There we go. See, I was right. He'll only counter the people that attack him from behind. So we say goodbye to Tifa and Barrett for the time being. And what's this? Who's this mysterious person talking to us now? Oh, is that how you sort it, is it? I'll have to have a look at that later. Ah, right, okay. Well, when I get my team back together, I'll have a look at that. Thank you, Tyler. So the mysterious voice that was talking to us was none other than Ares, or as I said earlier, Aerith, depending on where you're from. Right, okay, Tyler, I'll do that. As soon as I get my team back together, I'll make sure to do that, and I'll stick Barrett at the back like you suggest. Thank you for jogging my memory, by the way. So here we get to choose her name, which we're going to stick with the default name of Ares. Ah, the Turks. Wow, such a hypocrite. He tells them not to step on the flowers, and what does he do? He steps straight on them. Okay, so we need to get up the ladder and push down the right boulder, crate even. I just need to remember which one's which. Okay, so first we want, I believe it's this one? It is that one. Now we want this one? Is it this one? Damn, wrong one. Oh, this is going to be a long-winded fight. Because Ares is not really built for fighting, she's more of a medic class. The only problem is I've gone and shoved the bloody crate down there that we actually needed, so what I might do is just run down and help her. Or at least I'm going to see if I can anyway. No, I can't jump back, that's annoying. Let's try pushing this one. So the one I just pushed down should have been the one that we pushed second, and then the one that I pushed down before should have been the last one we pushed down. Hello, hello. Come on. There we go. What time is it? Oh, there's a lot more to the Mako thing than just that. A hell of a lot more. It's just scratching the surface. Whew. Right, so let's just try this. Oh, okay, she's already been put in at the back there. That's helpful. So you go order, and then it's... Ah, right. Cool. Right. Thanks to Tyler, we've now got a handle on that. And we'll save our game here. And I think, actually, I'm going to end the live stream here. I've been going for a good hour and a half. I need to give my throat a rest now, really. But also, I want to go off and watch me Walking Dead. But I will continue this again at some point very soon. And I will also look at live streaming some Final Fantasy VIII as well. I'll have to do it via the laptop though, since Square Enix have been very stingy in bringing Final Fantasy VIII to any of the newest generation consoles. I don't know why. It would be interesting to find out. But yeah, so I'm going to call the live stream here. So thank you to everybody that's watched tonight. And also thank you to anyone that chooses to watch it after this live stream is done. I really do appreciate it. And if you happen to like what you've seen here tonight, then hit that like button for me and leave us a comment. And I'll catch you soon, Tyler. Look out for my Final Fantasy VIII live stream. I'll try and get it up and running soon, possibly even tomorrow morning, depending on how quickly I can get set up anyway. But right. Yeah, I know she's a mage, Tyler, and I have moved her to the back. She's well and truly at the back. But yeah, thanks for all your advice, mate. It's been much appreciated. And like I said, I'm going to end the live stream here, so I will catch you next time. Hopefully, if you're about.